Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Marisa. How are you? How is everyone today? So today we're going to be doing pretty much three different things. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about the Mont Marte and how it dried. Okay, that's number one, quickly. Number two, I found a way in which I can actually work on one of my abstract paintings that incorporates some of the pouring techniques. Okay, and I'm going to do it in steps, like parts. And I may have a video just me doing the abstract painting on its own, or include it like I am today in another video. Alright, so I'm going to be working on something like this, and I found a way, and I thought of a way to do it in parts, because something like this could actually take me months to do. Not necessarily like months, meaning obviously not months straight, but like I'll start it, I'll do certain layers, I'll put it to the side, I'll look at it, I'll stare at it, and I'll think of something else. I'm like, okay, that needs that, and I'll go back to it. So that could take months until I feel it's finished. Obviously, that's not going to work for a video. You know, that's gonna be crazy. So I've started one today, last night, as a matter of fact, and what I'm going to do is add elements to it. So like I'll think about it, like the night before or whatever, and I'll come and I'll do it on here for you guys. Okay, so I started this last night. I'll explain that in a second. And the last thing we're doing is we're going to be doing a quick pour using the Mont Marte again. That's set right there, okay, that I did yesterday with this guy, but we're going to be adding the medium, okay. So we'll be adding the medium, which is right there. They're already poured, they're already mixed, and we'll be doing a little pour. And I think I'm feeling a puddle pour today. I just want to see how the paint is with the medium. Alright, and my thoughts are, you know, it mixed very well. I didn't see a lot of bubbles, and I didn't need to use a lot of the pouring medium. Okay, this one is called acrylic flow medium. Alright, so first of all, let's just start in one spot, because I have a lot going on as usual. So this is how the Mont Marte painting dried. There is a little texture like over here, okay. It did dry very nice, but there was texture in here. I think, you know, honestly, this paint was pretty thick without the medium, which I don't mind. And like I said a million times already, I like texture in my painting, as you could see here. You know, I like texture. Nothing needs to be flowy all the time. Like I said, I think texture in paintings kind of gives it character. So, but yeah, the painting, you know, the paint was a little thick here, but the colors actually stayed pretty much the same. Like in the pouring masters, the colors didn't really get like too much darker. So it actually came out really pretty. There was no silicone, nothing, just the paint itself, okay? The Mont Marte, these guys over here, okay, that's set. And yeah, so that's how that came out. It came out nice, you know. Maybe I could have ran off some more paint in the center. I didn't want to lose anything, but honestly, the paint was like a little thick, so running off a lot of paint, I probably would have lost this cool design here. But again, it's nice and smooth as far as just, yeah, there's no bubbles, meaning no bubbles or anything. They're kind of like cracks, but not really. I like it. I like that kind of swirly effect. Yeah, so I'm not mad at it. I like the Mont Marte. very much. I think they're beautiful colors. The gold is really gorgeous. And I like their turquoise. You know, not every turquoise is exactly the same. So I think this is a very pretty set. I think the paints are really nice. And you know, I am very happy with it. So yeah, I'm not mad at it at all. I think I do like the Pouring Masters a little more, to be honest, but I like this. I still like this very much, and I'm very happy with it. Maybe I'll like it more with the pouring medium. You know, maybe it'll be like a little thinner like I usually use. That's how like the state of my paint is, just slightly thinner. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens in a few. So let's see if I can get this camera angle back where I had it. So this guy. Now I just want to show you two quick things. This is some like the art that I used to do back in the day. So this is a portrait of Cezanne. This is how I was trained in more the modern style, you know, learning how to do faces not just with like, you know, like peachy, like with different colored greens and stuff. So that's what my teachers were trying to show me, and I really love that piece. I love Cezanne. I loved his work, and you know, that's kind of in the vein I was trained. One of my favorite artists is Matisse, if not my favorite. Van Gogh, however you want to say it, you know, Picasso, basically the modern painters. And here is also something that is more recent. So this is more typically what I have done in the past. Very monochromatic, abstract faces and stuff, or still lives. Yeah, so that is something I have done. This is maybe a year or so ago now. So I like this guy very much. My little Buddha painting. Alright, so I just want to give you a little background of what I do. And then I have done, you know, I do stuff like this. So what I use is painter's tape, and I start off the painting in that way to give myself like a compositional lines and some direction. And paintings like this to me are all about balance, meaning that I try to balance out. See how this paint is very thin, okay, this is thicker, more metallic, so I balance out line, shape, I balance out thinness and thickness of paints, opacity, sheerness. So see how this is very sheer. This actually has some alcohol inks underneath it. So a lot of it has to do with layering and balance. These are some of the paints I used in this painting so far. I used a little bit of everything. Alcohol inks, deco art. I actually used the pouring paint, the Mont Marte, up over here and up there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take off this tape. Let me see if we can get this camera angle back the way I had it. I think that's okay. And let me know if you can't see that, if you can see it. As I'm doing this, I'm just going to talk. Artsy fartsy lover Stacy Nicole. Not that I didn't know what Craigslist was, but I did not know that Craigslist had like a listing of free stuff in your city or town. I had no idea because I don't really have ever used Craigslist for anything. And she had texted me at like 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I thought that was so freaking sweet that she thought about me. And unfortunately that night, well, it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was sick that day, and there was a table that supposedly was like, 'cause I need a table, right? for this area here. That way I could sit or I could stand behind it and blah, blah, blah. And maybe it'll be a little easier for me. I like working on the floor though. But the problem was that I was sick that night, and it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I think my son was asleep, so that wasn't happening. But also I have to be careful in New York about like bugs and stuff. When people give stuff away, that doesn't mean, you have to be careful what's in people's apartments. Yeah, so that's another aspect of why I think I don't take free stuff or stuff that's on, like, because it was like a curbside situation, so I have to be careful. Anyway, so this is what we have so far. Alright, so this is like my step 1. Alright, so that's what I have so far. So over here, it's like metallic and opaque. There's like, just layering of paints, okay, and shapes. That's how I start. So there was 3 elements that I wanted to do right now. Okay, so let's see if I can do this and you guys can actually see me do it. That would be nice. Alright, so let's put, sorry, I'm just trying to, alright, let's see if that works. Back that up a little bit. Okay, I think you guys can see me and you see my foot. Alright, so a lot of times I do reuse tape. Okay, it still has stickiness if I haven't totally mutilated it. And I want a line here. Alright, so we're going to do that. And obviously I need to let this dry. And I just keep on layering. Okay, do one of that. Yeah, it's all about balance to me. And just adding elements. And then when I feel like it's done, And also I make decisions on how thick I want the line as well. So I want this. What about this? Okay. Okay. Do that. And over here, we're going to add, I want to add the gloss enamel. See, now I have such a great selection of paint now. It's wonderful. So the pour painting, yeah, it helped tremendously as far as me trying all these wonderful things. I have a great selection, a much better selection of paint. I mean, I have oil paint, I have acrylics. Before the pour painting, I have gouache, and I have watercolor. I pretty much have every single paint except for spray paint. Anyway, but now I even have more of a selection of different types of acrylics, and the pour paint is great because it was what I was looking for as far as the fluidity in this type of painting. So I'm going to add that. Okay. You guys ever saw me use a brush before? I swear I use brushes. Alright, so we're going to do that. So I'm just adding a couple of elements. And then next, I wanted to add some of the Artist Loft. And actually, see, now the Artist Loft is nice and glossy. I added some last night over this triangle here. Okay. And what I usually do is, because now I like to drip it down. Okay, we'll just do that. That's not bad. Okay, we're going to do some of that. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Let that drip down. Okay. This is why I'm so happy I got into the pour painting, the fluid art, because this is exactly what I was looking for. Okay. Okay. Alright. And I wanted to do, I'm going to add a little more. Okay. Alright. Wonderful. Okay. So I like to show the layering in between. That's alcohol inks, that's acrylics. This is, you know, the artisan metallics. On top of that is alcohol inks I dripped. And so I'm going to let all this dry. I wanted to add one more element to this painting. So this is part one of this painting. I'm just going to add one more thing to it. I'm going to let it dry. And then we're going to go on to the pour, okay? Like I said, I'm going to do a puddle pour, but I wanted to be able to do this with you guys. You know, add some elements of the pour painting into it, but also I want to do some of this kind of work as well. Yeah, because it's like important to me to be able to express myself in different ways. So let me get the one more thing that I wanted to add to this painting right now, and I may work on this off camera, but I will like kind of show you what I've added. And you know, I use palette knives in here, brushes, and all that. So I want to add one more thing. Hold on, let me get it. So I'm actually going to use some of the gold that I used today for the, I'm going to be using today for the pour. If I need more, I'll just add some. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's a little, there we go. Let's mix that up a little. Well. Alright. Okay. I want to see if this works. I'm going to use one of these guys. What is this, a pipette? There we go. Ah, perfect. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is, we're going to flip this around. Okay. I'm going to flip this guy, and now, trip it that way. Yeah, I want this a little more fluid actually. Let's see, add a little water. I may mix another batch up for the pour then, since I add a little water to this. And I'll use this for this one. Okay. I see I'm going to have a lot of fun. I am so happy I have all these paints that are for pouring, because this is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I was looking for. I'll let that run down. Alright. Okay, so that, let me see. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for... Ooh, I'm going to leave that there for now. I can't even talk. Alright, so I'm going to leave that like that for now, and that tape will come off once all that has dried. And then, like I said, I may continue working on this today, or later today, or tomorrow, whatever. And I'm just incorporate, like I said, may incorporate this within another video, or like a video within itself. We'll see what I feel like for that day, if I just want to work on, on this painting or another one like it, or just like incorporate it in another video about a pour. So we'll see. If I have just a couple things to do in here, I'll do that. If I have a lot I want to add, I'll just make its own video. Alright, so that is that part. I just wanted to show that to you guys. I wanted to just, show you guys what else I could do, and yeah, I'm going to bring you in on this. Alright, so I will be right back, and I'm going to set up for this pour, and then we can experiment with the Mont Marte, with the see how this painting comes out with the medium today. Okay, I will be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. So here's the puddle pour with the Mont Marte, and I hope you like it. I actually, I don't know if these paints absolutely need the medium or not, but I feel like they do. Okay. Yeah, and I still haven't gone on the website to see if you actually did absolutely need the medium or not. But for me personally, as far as like maybe just like this technique of pour, the puddle pour or whatever, I think that it works better with the medium rather than without. It's just easier to work with. Honestly, it just I didn't use a lot of medium. Honestly, I think this ratio was maybe like 30, like 70-30, meaning a 70% paint and 30% medium. It didn't need a lot of medium, okay, but it needed it. It just worked better, and it wasn't too runny. I was like afraid, I'm like, oh man, maybe I made it too thin, but I don't think I did. I think this was good. This was perfect as far as like consistency. Okay, so I really love this paint. This is a very beautiful paint. It's really gorgeous. These colors, these companies are really coming out strong. These colors are absolutely gorgeous. So this is with the Mont Marte pouring medium and the paints. Okay, so I hope you like that. I actually add one more thing to this painting. I don't know if you could see it, probably not. I added some Pro X pigment into the yellow there too. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, like I said, see, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, oh, it needs this, and I'm going to run back to it. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry, and maybe tomorrow I'll continue working on that as well. I don't know if I'll just do that, or I'll do another pour on top of that. We'll see. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this. We'll experiment more with this. Actually, like I said, I wanted to start... I am continuing with like the series of the battle of the pouring mediums, but maybe I'm going to battle the pouring paints as well. So maybe tomorrow we'll do the Mont Marte versus pouring masters. We'll see, or maybe the Arteza. We'll see. Alright, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I absolutely did. I had a great time today. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.